My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC with gunmetal crystal edge technology screens. I have been sorting over, trying to figure out exactly what screen I'm going to put in here. At first, I thought I was going to do a 120 inch, but then talking about the 235.1, I do love these screens. I swear, all day long, everything's quiet. It's one cricket in here I'm trying to take out, and I literally can't find this guy. But anyway, that's my own personal trying to figure out where he's at. But anyway, decided to go with the 235.1. I do love the 235.1 screens. The only problem I had is most of the places I were in just didn't have a long. Actually, the other place I had 178 inch in here. I could put a really big one in here, but I don't want a screen that big. I don't want thing too big. And I'm doing a kind of a Japanese style kind of background display for this environment. It's gonna have a little Japanese anime kind of design to it. That's what I want to work with. So that's what I'm going to be doing in here with some LED lights and some other cool stuff. Can't wait to finish. Wait to show you actually what I'm going to be doing at the end. This place is going to look absolutely insane. You thought some of the rooms I've actually engineered and designed in the house over in Haventown were insane. I get full permission to go all out in here, so it's going to be pretty crazy. So I was trying to figure out what size screen I wanted to go with, and I decided to go with a 235.1. That is going to give me the ability, if I do it in, it's going to be 133 inches. But if I do this at 133 inches at 235.1, and then I convert it over to 16.9, I'll get about a 120 inch screen out of it. So that's fantastic. I can use it both back and forth. And again, with the technology being super jet black, I don't have to worry about having that freaking annoying border popping up with the gray and white, which you have with gray and white screens can't convert over due to the fact that if you're doing a screen with a border attached to it, yeah, you're going to have a zebra effect, which means when your screen converts into 16:9, you're going to have two huge bars on each side, or you're going to have two bars over top because the screen's not jet black, where I can camouflage it any size I want because the screen's literally black. The coding that will be going on this screen is something very interesting. So we're going to be showing up the first look at a Superior Cinemax. Yes. This is going to have a 100%. Actually, we can put a 100% element 77. That's going to be quite a bit in. But it's going to look absolutely insane. I'm going to be doing side by side. So my screen at being 235.1, I can operate two projectors on the screen at the same time. But my projector is going to be mounted to the ceiling because I have access to the ceiling. I actually have exposed beams up here, and I can actually put in whatever I want with these beams. Which two of the projectors are going to be mounted to the ceiling. One's going to be for projector mapping applications. I told you we're going to turn this whole entire wall into one big, huge, massive portal. And then for the ceiling, I'm actually going to be installing in a beam for my projector. So I decided to go with a short throw D-Sonic because that would give me the screen I want and it wouldn't be expensive. I'm trying to do this on the cheap. Like, I don't want to really spend a lot of money, but I want it to look actually fantastic in here. And then usually the rooms I developed in some of my demonstrations where I've actually built an entire environment didn't have to spend all this money. So from the knowledge that I learned when I was working in those environments, I'm going to put that same knowledge here. So there's some LED lights that they have that you can literally light up a house with. As a matter of fact, I was using them in a demonstration. I stopped using my overhead lights and I was using those lights because those lights are like 25 watts. They're really, really low. They use next to nothing. I could literally power, well, right now I'm working on powering the entire place with an EcoFlow power station. Since I got access to the roof because it's a garage, easy for me to get up there. And no fear of heights on that one. I'm going to be hooking up about 2 solar panels at each 4 solar panels on each side, and that will allow me to run the entire place completely energy free, which is fantastic. I've been dying to do this for the longest time, and now I have the ability to do this. As for the plumbing part, I actually figured all that out, how to do that, water filtration systems, filtering systems, all that stuff. I get to work with all that stuff at the end of the day. I'm actually going to be collecting and harvesting rainwater and converting it into actual drinkable and usable water with a filtration system that I just ordered. This is going to be insane. So this entire hub here is going to be completely energy free, which means it's going to cost me nothing to run all the equipment I have in here. And this is why this is such a blessing for me to be here, because this is the same knowledge and information I'm going to use to design my own customized garage slash home, because I like that whole giant door coming up and be that big exposed, all that light coming in. I love that. And have a deck there, and oh man, I cannot wait. So that all that information I'm getting from this place, I'm going to actually incorporate it into the new place I'm going to be actually working on. But this place I'm building from the ground up. So anyway, this has been, yeah, dying to get out of that apartment, dying to go someplace where I can actually work with my hands and take some of these ideas that the Lord has blessed me to have, incorporate it into a place where I can actually build whatever I want. And I got an awesome landlord because he is so cool. At the end of the day, it's like, look, at the end of the day, you could say, hey, keep it strictly for cars. Keep it strictly for that. He said, no, have a ball. Let's see what you can do in here. No problem. I'll hook this place up. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. So I've been measuring my kitchen cabinets out. I've ordered a portable washer and dryer. You got to check this stuff on Amazon. Amazon's got some insane stuff for tiny homes. So washer and dryer capabilities. Sink. Yes, I'll have a sink with running water, all that good stuff in here. That's going to be running from rainwater, cleaning and all that stuff like that. I'm using rainwater to clean all that, infiltration, all that stuff like that. It's like so much stuff you can get off Amazon. It's not even funny. It's just not even funny what you can buy on there. You can just look at the weirdest stuff and you'll find it on there. I'm definitely going to put in a waterfall. That's definitely, yes, I'm definitely going to put in a waterfall. Now, for those of you thinking like you only have like 306 square feet, you'd be surprised what you can put in 306 square feet. Mind you, I built entire rooms. I turned a master bedroom into a home theater room. So we didn't get a chance to finish it, which would have been nice, but yeah. But anyway, I got the experience out of it. So I'm thinking about, okay, I got 18 feet of wall in here at around 11 feet high because I have a really high ceiling in here. What kind of screen am I going to put in here? Now, I can go with 120 inch, which I originally was going to go with, but I want a screen that when I sit on my sofa, I want this thing to go from one end to the next. I want something big. So 133 inch, 235.1 can be converted, because again, no borders, no nonsense. It's an all black surface, over to 120 and 16:9 format, and it's going to be levitating. It's like it's floating, like in midair. I can't wait for the landlord to come down and see this. He's going to be blown away by it. He said, when you're done, yeah, let me know. I got to see this stuff, you know what I mean? Because he's already checked out my stuff already. He's amazed by it. As a matter of fact, I'll be going to his house and installing in 120 inch for his kids because they want to have the movie theater experience. So I'm putting that in. And projectors don't cost anything, so I'm going to buy him a projector for him hooking me up here. And then he has a couple of other properties he wants me to install screens into for the tenants. So, yippee-ki-yay. That's going to be fun, ain't it? So, yeah. So, first things first, in this place to begin with, dry lock. I had to put dry lock. I had to coat everything in here in dry lock. That was not easy. That stuff is so thick. You have no idea how thick that stuff is if you've ever used it before. It is thick. I had to coat every single inch of this place because this keeps the place dry, keeps it from getting damp, not many problems. Pesticides, I'm getting rid of bugs. Well, we have the bug whackers up here and here. They kill everything in the environment. And yes, you can have them inside your home. They're safer inside your home. I haven't seen a bug since I've been in here because them things wipe everything. Anything airborne has pretty much been wiping it out. Simple remedy for killing bugs without basically killing yourself and your pets or anybody around you. Basic, just one up a few minutes ago. Basic vinegar and lemon juice. I use vinegar, lemon juice, and a couple other things I use. But basically, crickets do not like vinegar. They can't stand it, and that's why you don't hear anything. And we got that one cricket I'm trying to catch. Hold on for a minute. You're watching the Three Stooges. I'm going to have to bring an electrician because all the outlets in here are all heavy duties, which is fantastic. Because again, but I'm going to have to bring an electrician anyway because, like I said, we run the place completely energy free. There's an overhead light that I need to have removed because I do want to put some condensed lighting there. But do we really need it since we're going to put all the other lighting in? I don't know. I got to think about that one. If we need it or not, I'm not sure. All right, so far, I just heard a bug just to get destroyed a few minutes ago. That's my air cleaners. Yeah, he's in one area. He's over by the weight set. Yep, there's one. There's one in here. I'm trying to figure out where he's at. But other than that, all the rest of them are gone. Well, we'll get them. I got to go out and probably, well, they're going to die off anyway. When wintertime gets here, they die off. You just lay a bunch of eggs, so it's not hard to get rid of them. But anyway, I'm going to basically cut all the grass down from one into the next and basically coat the building from top to bottom. It's a pesticide that you can use, but it's harmless. You can't harm animals and like that. It's really good for the environment. And I'm just going to basically just wash the whole place down outside in this chemical, and this will pretty much block anything from basically coming through or anything whatsoever. But other than that, everything else has been going quite well. So let me show you something real quick. So over here, this is where I had to put an insulation foam right here to block any air that was seeping through. I had to do this through the entire place from the top to the bottom. All this had to be done. This wall right here is going to be plastered. So I'm doing a plaster design for this wall, and then that's going to be all coated jet black. That's going to be working on next. That's my next project right there. See right there, I had to put that, all that insulation, all that had to be put in every single corner, every single crack. So basically the place is well insulated. The garage door, not hard to insulate. I have the paddings coming in for the other side, insulation styrofoam paddings to put on that side. And with the structure, I had to build on the outside around the frame. That basically blocks a ton of air. Plus with the PVC window, I'm going to be actually adding in. On the other side, I'm putting the mesh. Oh, there's a train coming. There's Charlie the train. There's a train that comes through. You can hear it. I love the sound of trains. I actually love trains. The landlord was like, sorry about the train. I was like, what? No, I like the train. I love hearing the sound of trains. I can hear Charlie coming by right now. Up there's Charlie. I'm gonna miss that. I'm only gonna be here for 1 year. I might stay another year. I'm pretty sure I might stay another year. I love it here. I do actually love it. Let's see where things go. I might stay another year here. I might build the other place and still rent this one out because I like this place. I really do. I love that train. It's like clockwork. I can tell when it comes by. And there's a beautiful creek and meadow on the other side. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful area. I'm not that far from the city either. I'm actually right around the corner from the city. Really not that far. Just over the bridge from it. Yeah, when I first came here and the train came by, he said, oh, I apologize for the train. I said, no, I actually love trains. I do. When I get a chance, I'm going to hike down there and see where that train's coming from. I'm curious where it's at. I got a GoPro coming in so I can record all this. I want to see where that train's coming in from. What station. I'm curious where it's at. It comes right through here. Man, I tell you, I've never been, I'm so happy. I've never been so happy to be in just, I don't know, man. I spent so much money on so many places, man, just for nothing. I wasted my money. Well, no, I was in a relationship. I had to live in those places. But being the way I am now, I'm free. I'm absolutely free. You have no idea how free I am right now, how happy I am. I sit there and I smile all day. I am so happy. I have no responsibilities at all. No high expensive rents. No pushing myself to make tons of videos, to bring in revenue and to break my neck getting contracts, to basically pull enough revenue to take none of to do with that no more. I sat there and I was sitting there thinking about, coming down here and going out and getting this big house and this, that, and the other. So what, I can have more capital to pay off at the end of the day, and I have to deal with contracts and all that. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm tired of it. I want a simple life. I make a couple orders a day. I make good money. I'm done. And that's it. I'm finished. My bills are all paid off. $830 of expenses. That's all I have. And that's all I got to worry about. That's it. And I don't have to worry about that. That's already paid for. It's already taken care of. So really don't have any other worries. So basically I just sit here and I can just chill and relax all day and just do nothing if I choose to, because I don't have to have those big heavy contracts anymore. I don't need them. And with that being said, that means at the end of the day, trying to get a contract with Mr. Bird is going to be virtually almost impossible. I actually only got one person I actually have in mind to give one to, but other than everybody else, I am not interested at all, period. And it's a shame because we got that 2024 technology coming out, and I got people already asking about, inquired about technology for that, even with that outdoor Cinemax they're requiring for it, and I don't want it at all, period. I'm going to keep my operation nice and simple. I got 4 painters. I got the interview for the new screens because I need professionals to do those. And that's it. Get myself another. I mean, actually, I seen a 3-car garage that I talked to the owner, and I can convert that into a workspace for my painters to go in and coat the screens. I mean, we don't need a big spot. They're just going and just painting 20 screens a month. That's it. Finished and done. That's it. And I got a chance to speak to the fellow, and I told him exactly what my plans are. I don't want to do massive amounts of screens. I just want to make it a limited edition, and he can sell it on that point, or basically that it's a limited edition model. They're really going to be hard to get, and that's where I'm keeping it. As for the new dedicated, not that it's only dedicated anymore, it's going to be a superior Cinemax. That right there, we make, I don't know about that yet. I'm not sure yet. Can't really make that statement. I'm not 100% sure. Kind of like in this life. I do. I like it. I mean, keep in mind that people think, I mean, okay, put it this way. When I was pushing paint like that, and all them orders were stacking up on my table like that, that was a lot of freaking work every freaking day. Even though it wasn't like massive levels, it was a lot of freaking work. Like 80 quarts and all that. It was crazy, man. It was just, it was so much work. It was a lot of work. It just was. And I appreciate my customers. I do 100%. I appreciate y'all so much. But it gets to a point in your life as you get older, you want to do a lot less. And I'm at that point where I want to do a lot less. And I like this whole life of mine, this garage life. I freaking love it so much. I was going to go to tiny house anyway, period. When I was in the apartment, oh man, it's just I got so sick and tired of watching everybody break out the box and go do something different, make that leap, do something different. And here I am stuck in that place, stuck, couldn't go anywhere. And I just wanted to just break free, just walk out of the building and just basically just do everything all over again. And everybody gets that feeling. You can work a job over and over again. You just look at one day and come like, you know what? I don't even want to do this anymore. I just want to just walk off the job and just find something else. Find something else at the end of the day. I don't want to do this anymore. And people get that feeling. And that's how I felt about living at the end of the day. That, you know, you get these people out there that do that homestead. You know what I mean? They set up a simple tent and, you know, they build a fire. You know what I mean? And they cook and they eat. And they're living the best lives of their lives. They really are. They're living the ultimate life. The freedom at the end of the day. No responsibilities. Nobody telling you to do this. No one telling you to do that. That's what I'm talking about at the end of the day. Every time I walk into that apartment, I feel like I was walking into a prison. That's how I felt. When I walked into my house, I feel like I was walking into a prison. I had to have a certain amount of income to get this done, and a certain amount of income to get that done. And it just became a freaking headache. And I just sat there and just watched these people living off the land and just no freaking worries in the world at all, period. And that's what I wanted. And as when I got up here in this apartment, oh man, it just got to the point just wanted to get my cat and just pack everything up and just leave everything behind. That's why I didn't care about the stuff that I had. And people talking about, oh, you don't have no furniture. Man, I left behind like $7,000 worth of furniture in the last house. I left it behind. Didn't want it. Didn't want any of it at all, period. Even my statues, even my collection, I don't even want it anymore. It's just I wanted to basically be free. And I got that opportunity. Yes. A lot of people think that I'm crazy, but I freaking love what I have. I do. Oh, man. So anyway, 235.1 screen. Yes. So happy with that. Let me go right here. So let me see. Are we on the right computer? Oh, no, I'm in the wrong one. Shit. Let me show you about those. And don't get me wrong. I'm happy what God has blessed me to be able to have, but you know, I just like what I have now. I really do. And, you know, sometimes God will bless you with all the things that you need, but you really don't need them. To tell you the truth, honestly, you don't. You don't need all of it. Period. He'll bless you to have what you need. You'll realize that you'll come to that conclusion later on in life that you don't need it. You'll come to it. But God will bless you with what you need. You know what I mean? Just like, you have a child. You give your child everything they want. After a while, they get to a point that they just don't want that anymore. They want something different, And they've just gotten past that point in life. See that right there? Tons of orders. All those orders that had to be processed. I had to keep all that up every single day. I do videos every single day in order to keep that property. Pay for those expensive bills at the end of the day. Every day. Regardless if I was sick, regardless of anything, I had to keep it up and keep it up and keep it up. And I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. I'm still going to make screen paints. Oh, heck yeah, I love making screen paints. You have no idea. I do love what I do for a living. But I don't have to worry about, selling product on that level anymore. And I thank the Lord. I thank the Lord every day. And yet I'm very thankful for what God has given me. But I'm actually even more thankful because he's actually showed me a way that I don't need to have these things, all these things. At the end of the day, I don't need to have all that. Look at this. That was at, mind you, those containers right there, when I was selling those were around $300 something, $312 a container. And like I said, our products work. That's why they sell like crazy, because they do work. Look at this. It shows you the mountain of orders that God was blessing us. He blessed us for us to have what we needed to maintain our orders, to maintain the lifestyle we were living. But now, I just don't want that lifestyle anymore. I'm happy with what I have. So, I don't have to go out and work as hard as I used to anymore. And that's what I realized. I realized that when I was living in that apartment. I realized that when I was in that apartment, I realized the expenses and the money I was paying out. And I realized that, man, you don't really have to work that hard if you basically just keep your expenses simple. You keep everything simple and you buy what you need. I mean, of course, I buy a lot of cool technology because I love building technology at the end of the day. But if you buy what you need at the end of the day, you don't have to have all this stuff. You don't need to have 3 and 4, 5 bedroom houses. You keep things within your minimum range. You can live extremely well. And yeah, next year, I'm going to be, from what I'm saving in this place, next year, I'm going to Japan. I actually got Japan, England, and a couple other places I will be traveling to. I'm going to do that 235.1. The levitating 235. Why don't I pull levitating will probably pop up because I built a couple levitating screens on here. 235.1. All right, these are all the screens that I built in 235.1. Ooh, man, this was a nice one. This is when I actually used a little kit to do that too. A widescreen kit for it. That's my 235.1. What was that? What size was that screen? 235.1. I didn't put the size on the screen. 158. Oh, that was 158 at 235.1. That's a really big screen. This is what I want to do over here. I want to do the exact same widescreen over here. That's going to be freaking cool. So that's what I'm going to do. And actually, I found another sofa. My sofa, that bug is about to get, he's about to walk right into the freaking Tower of Doom. Those are my bug whackers I have in here. But yeah, oh, this is a 235.1 and formatted to 69. So that's a 235.1 right here. This is some other product technology we're using. Oh, it's the same projector. This is the same projector I had before. I'm actually going to order this one again. Yeah. This, you get the bars on the side. But our screen's going to be black. This one I had was actually kind of a silverish screen. These are all my 235.1 setups. Customized 235.1. Hey, this is when I was in the theater room. This is in the theater room. Yep. 235.1 setup in the theater room. Right there. I was going to do 2 screens in there, 235.1 and 16:9 in that environment. But this time I'm going to do something completely different. 18, we got a wall 18 feet wide. So I do a 235.1 stretch from there That is going to be beautiful with a cloud sofa. I'm going to get my cloud sofa to float. I want it to look like it's actually floating. Oh, I think Charlie's coming through again. There's Charlie. Taco's waiting to get his seat back. He is mad. He has to sit in the office chair. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about my sofa. I want my sofa like it's actually floating. So I'm going to have to get, oh, there's Charlie. Charlie! That's got to be the much bigger freight train coming through. So I'm not going to buy my 235.1. I'm actually going to build it because, again, I'm doing levitating. If I buy the screen, it's going to be really heavy and it's going to be extremely hard. Where's my chargers at? I got one right here somewhere. Let me put my thing back up. All right. So bottom line is, if I buy the screen, well, it's going to be expensive, and I don't want to spend the money for a screen that I can actually build because I've built them before. So, oh shoot, wrong charge port in there. Hold on for a minute. All right. Bingo, great, 5%. So basically, if I buy the screen, it's going to be heavy. There's no way in the wrong way to amount a 235.1. That's metal. That's not going to work. That's going to snap and kill me or kill the cat. So, or damage something. So basically, it's better if I build it. If I build it, I can make it extremely lightweight, and that way so it can hang. So it can hang, excuse me. And I have to use a really heavy kind of fishing wire. I'm pretty sure we got heavy fishing wire for that. If not, we'll have to get some. Because I want the screen to keep afloat. And then since there's going to be nothing on the bottom and the top, because the other screen I had, actually right here, I was trying to make this screen over here when I moved into this place. Where's it at? Just showed it off in the video. Here we go, right there. I was trying to make this screen right here a levitating screen. But the problem was, when trying to make this a levitating screen, there's a radiator underneath of it, and that basically canceled out the screen to give it the ability to levitate. When you do levitating screens, there can't be nothing at the bottom or at the top. It literally has to look, it's floating. Since I have these beams exposed, which is fantastic, I don't have to guess exactly where the studs are at because they're right there staring me in the face. And this makes it much easier for me to actually install the levitating screen. So I want this thing to actually look like it's floating. So this is going to be pretty cool to do. Well, I want a lot of neon in here, like a lot of neon on my screen. I just want a blue strip at the bottom. Maybe a blue strip at the top. I don't want nothing in the back of it because I'm going to have a Japanese design in the background. Ooh, I can't wait to put that in. Next to the waterfall. And I have to spend a lot of money because the ViewSonic projectors have 235.1 built into them. Wait a minute, I'm doing 133. 133? Oh, no. I can't do the acoustic surface. That's not going to work. No, but I can use speaker material. I definitely can turn that into acoustic. I can definitely use that. That I can get at that length. Because it only has to be 5 feet. My screen's going to be 5 feet high. So 5 feet high, and I need 123 inches wide. Wait a minute, 123? No, there's no way in the world that the other one's I got to get that surface customized. Well, if I get speaker material, I can definitely get that wide. That's what I have to do. Because I want it to be acoustic. I want my speakers to be planted to the wall, and I want sound to travel through. And I think I'm going to do my sofa different too. So my sofa comes in, I'm going to build a wooden base at the bottom of it. And I'm gonna get I want clear plastic kind of support stands. I want the sofa like it's floating. I definitely want that. So what I have for the environment, what we're gonna do here, it's gonna be a bit of Japanese kind of style, anime kind of style, and fantasy. That's what I want. See what I'm gonna hook up in this area. It's gonna be freaking insane. I want it when I walk through this door, I'm walking into a complete another world. That's what I want. I'm gonna combine everything I did in the other house into one segment here. It is gonna be freaking insane when I get done with it. And yes, we're gonna have projector mapping applications. This whole wall right here, this whole section, when I get done with it, I got to do I already got the dry lock on it, which is going to protect it from moisture, whatever else come through. Then we're going to do a kind of a black, kind of smooth stucco design. And then that's going to be coated with that black technology. Now, not the kind of stucco where you got the kind of spikes sticking out. It's going to be kind of a smooth, kind of like swerving kind of design to it. And then I'm going to I got to spray it in our black technology into the wall, and then we're going to have a projector mounted to the ceiling, because I know where all the studs are at because I'm looking at them, and have that hitting the screen so I can projector map this whole section out. Beautiful thing about when using mapping technology, that bright light that comes up, it's completely gone. It's not even there because the projector goes in some kind of strange eco mode as you're painting the entire design in. So this whole entire background wall is going to actually move. It's going to display. I'm not doing any of the computers. None of that's going to be done. The background wall is just going to come to life. That's what's going to happen. That's going to be so freaking cool. So that's going to be cool. I'm going to have a huge waterfall on this side. So I saw a 6-foot waterfall for your home. I've always wanted to get one, so I'm going to put one right there in the corner. So come anywhere near Taco Land. Taco Land is going to be pretty cool. So I got something set up for Mr. Taco. He is going to quite enjoy his Taco Land. And this has been pretty cool for him over there too. Oh, hear that pop sound? Yeah, it's another airborne being destroyed by the Tower Dooms. These are the Tower Dooms up here. These are fantastic. If you're gonna get bugs. Bugs are definitely gonna come into your home regardless. But these things right here definitely work in your home. You can have them inside or outside. These things are fantastic. Like I said, since I've had them in here, I haven't seen any form of airborne bugs. These things kill them right away from the door. So I got 2 of them in here. And I can't wait to show you what I'm going to do to the kitchen. The kitchen's going to be so freaking sick. That's going to be so cool. I'm buying furniture, too, on top of that. We're buying some furniture. So I don't want nothing on the floor. I don't want no projectors, nothing. Projectors going to be mounted to the ceiling, both of them. And let's see. We got the deck we're doing up front. That's another section up front. When the garage comes up, I got a mini deck I'm putting out there. That's going to be cool. Cup holders, chargers, all that cool stuff. It's going to be sick. I can open a garage door, have a fantastic deck, beautiful view of a beautiful freaking park and meadow side. And no, there's no people out there at all, period. Nobody's out there. It's just beautiful trees and all this greenery grass, and when the sun comes down, it actually hits off the trees. It's beautiful, and every once in a while, you see a beautiful deer just come out of the brush. It's gorgeous, and then you see beautiful Charlie the Train in the background coming through. I swear, I feel like I'm in some kind of fantasy land right now. I'm so happy. My next one, like I said, did I get a chance to design? I'm going to flatten the roof, so that way I can come up from the rooftop, from down here, to the top, to the lower loft, and then up to the roof. I can sit down, and I can watch it from a different view. I might just buy this place from them. I'm thinking about it. I need to buy it from them. I like it so much. I really do. So, yeah. And then heating the place. Oh, man, I told you. This is a good time to be doing tiny homes. The technology today is freaking amazing. My heater is like a small little thin unit that slaps against the wall. And I told you about 306 square feet, and it'll heat 356. I'm gonna have to open up a door. Mind you, projectors generate a ton of heat, and they basically can heat a room up extremely fast. So I'm gonna have those running and that running. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hot in here, so I'm gonna have to crack that door a little bit. Probably the whatchamacallit. Well, by then we'll have that all set up, because when it snows, I want to be able to open up that garage door. We're gonna have the. I was looking for that kind of PVC plastic that they use for basically for outdoor events. It's crystal clear, you can look right through, and it's airtight. So I want to be to open up, and I'm going to look at all that beautiful snow. I got to put guards in too. These metal posts called guards, I got to put those in. So yeah, I'm having a ball here working at this project. I'm having so much fun at the same time. I'm so happy. I'm sorry, I said that 1,000 times, but I am. I'm very happy. I got rid of all the crickets. They're gone. Actually, one. There's one still alive. I think I'm going to keep him. I don't know why, but I mean, he lasted. don't know how, but he did. But yeah, that stuff, man, YouTube is beautiful too, because you can find all kinds of remedies on how to basically fix things. And I was able to wipe out every single one of them. You know how noisy it sounded in here with all the crickets going off? Now you can't hear not one of them? Yeah. Simple vinegar. They can't stand vinegar. They hate it. Kills them, paralyzes them, and they just die. And I was able to wipe them all out. I haven't played my game system since I've been here. I really haven't. I'm going to get me VR too. I'm actually going to be purchasing some VR while I'm here too. Well, people, I'm going to watch some 3 students get ready to start working on the blueprints for the new screen. I never had a levitating 235.1, so that'd be fun to watch. Ooh, I might put a fan system, like kind of a floating fan. Oh, that'd be sick. You know how they have like on the Jetsons, they got this kind of like hydraulic floating system that make it look like it's floating. I think I'm gonna do a fan floating hydraulic system to make it look like it's actually floating from the fans. That would be freaking sick, wouldn't it? Now, I know you haters at the end of the day don't like Mr. Bird being so happy. And I know at the end of the day you probably thought that me living in a place like this would have me all. No. I chose to come here. I make good money. I chose to come here because I wanted something different. I don't want to be. What's the word for it? No, I can't think of the word for it. I want to be free. So that's my thing, is freedom. Not having the constant responsibilities to uphold, to maintain things at the end of the day that I really don't even use. That's what I like about it. And you got some people out there that'll sit there and laugh at a homeless man. And you know, it's funny because that homeless man, I realized something interesting. Some homeless people have more money than you could ever possess in your entire life. They just choose to be that way. Because at one point in their life, they had it all. They had everything. And they didn't want it anymore. They just wanted a simple life. Most movie stars out there who have fame and glory don't want it anymore. They just want to be an everyday person sitting on the side of a street corner eating a hot dog. That's all they want to do. They long to be us at the end of the day. Where it's funny because we long to be them. Someone would just love to be able to go across the street and just buy a shirt without being mobbed by tons of people, or basically be able to scream and yell at somebody without being in the tabloids that they're absolutely insane and there's something wrong with them. They just want to have things back to normal. And then some people regret their fame. They do. And it's interesting because when I was, and I used to play roller hockey, there's Charlie going by. When I was playing roller hockey, there was a couple that used to come to the top of the art museum. I roller hockeyed for about 14 years. So they would be up at the top of the art museum, and I thought they were poor. I thought they didn't have any money, you know what I mean? She drove an old beat-up Volkswagen, and, you know, she was Vietnamese, and she did this little dance, and he played on a keyboard. And they talked about the society. That's what they talked about. And they talked about the government. And, you know, they had this little show, and, you know, got used to it because you see them every single day when I wanted to go play hockey and meet up with my group. And I thought these people needed money, but they didn't need money. They were rich. So no one knew that because they judged them by how they looked and what they dressed and what they drove at the end of the day. That's how society perceives people and what you have. But the sad thing about it is, and I don't know why they did this, they committed suicide. I wasn't there. I was in a car accident and I was out for a whole entire year. And when I came back, they were gone. They weren't there. And I said, what happened to the couple? And they said, you didn't hear about it? I said, no. They said, they committed suicide. Don't know why. But the thing about it is no one knew what they were worth until actually they passed away, and then they found out they were actually millionaires. So they were millionaires sitting there right in front of you, and you would never believe in a million years because society judges people on what they have. That's pretty sad. But anyway, I'm glad I don't have to be in that rackets here anymore because I said trying to maintain, my next step when I came down here was to go buy this big lavish store and to buy this 6-bedroom house, and all for what? For me and a cat all day long? No, I'm good. And I start seeing these little tiny homes and, man, something different, something real. Is that right, Taco? Yeah! So, yeah, the technology I have coming out in 2024, Easy could make me a millionaire with no problem. Its technology is going to wipe out a TV with no mercy whatsoever. It's going to be one of the baddest technologies on the face of the planet. And when I get done launching this thing, I guarantee you that everybody's going to beat down my door to get their hands on that technology, but we're not going to offer it like that. We're going to make it so basically at the end of the day, I only have to do a minimum amount of screens, and that's basically about it. And if anyone wants to sit there and say, well, don't you want to be rich? No, I don't want to be rich. I don't want the headache. I don't want the problems. I don't want the nonsense. I don't want any of it. I want to live a simple life where no one knows who the freak I am. Make my money, be happy, and go about my day. That's it. That's all I want. Ain't that right, Mr. Taco? Yeah! All right, that's basically about it. Well, my next stage is to get land. That's what I'm looking at right now, land leasing. But I do want a little bit more land. I don't want to be too far out. Well, I don't have any land now, but I do want a good maybe, I say 4 or 5 acres. I don't need anything too big. I don't want to be too far out. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking for next. And I'm going to take the experience that I got from here and build my house out there. And then have somebody else, like the fellow who I talked to you about. Well, I can't tell you who he is yet, but he is going to be marketing and selling the screens. And I don't have to do any work at all. Sooner or later, I need my websites. Daggone, I keep forgetting. I got freaking screen paints I sell at the end of the day. I got to figure out a way how to get somebody else to sell that for me at the end of the day. Because I'm enjoying this life. I am. I'm looking at other options. I'm getting other people to do the business for me. I already got one person already. If all goes well and they do well on that contract, I would relinquish power to them at the end of the day to run the company. And that way I can sit back and join the business meeting every once in a while with VR simulator and just stay home and just chill. Get some chickens. Chickens. Oh no, I forgot. You're a cat. That might not work out too well. You and chickens, I don't know. If you get out, the roosters will kick your butt by the day. And geese will do that too on top of that. Yeah. Keep a nice little small farm. I like that. The minimalists, I like those guys at the end of the day. You don't need all this stuff. You really don't. You really don't need all this stuff. Even the stuff I'm looking at right now, I don't even want right now. If I can basically compress my office into a smaller area, like a laptop, portable printer, and just take all the programs from here and stick them on to here. I don't know. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to shrink all this because I'm tired. This is just too much. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm customizing, building my own desk. Oh, wait till you see how sick this thing is. This thing's going to have a small screen in it hooked with a RetroPie. So basically, when I get tired of working, I can just walk over to my screen built into my desk and play a little retro gaming. Yep. And it'll cost me next to nothing to put it all together. And I want to get rid of this monitor, all this stuff. I want to get rid of all of this. So if I can put all this onto a laptop and get rid of this mess, get myself a nice little portable printer, I can shrink my office down a little bit more. Just been obsessed with watching these videos about people in New York City with these 300 square feet apartments and these tiny homes. How people just gave up all that just to minimize everything, and they're much more happier. You don't need a lot of stuff. I think the next thing to go is my collection. I'm paying $109 for storage for a collection, which I'm never going to touch, never going to open up, never going to use at all. I'm just going to give it to somebody who basically is a collector. I got couple of Gears of War guns in there. They're never. I have a couple of Gears of War guns that have never been opened. They're brand new in a box. I'm gonna give everything away. I got a niece who's an insane gamer. She's the only one worthy of that collection. I'm gonna give it to her. She can have the whole thing, everything, all the consoles, everything. She can have them all. I don't want it. If I can go simpler than this, I'll go simpler than this. What are your toes, Taylor? Taco. They're biting on your toes. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, sorry if I'm killing your time, people. I'm happy. I don't want to talk about the parties or the crows. I don't want to talk about this, people. That's why I deleted the video. I don't want to talk about that nonsense. Just to make my screen paint and be happy. That's all I want to do. Any problems that I have with them, I'm not discussing it on camera no more. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm going to discuss that one time. I'm not even going to discuss it at all, period. I'm going to leave all that behind closed doors. I'll let the attorneys, let the police, let the judges take care of all that at the end of the day. I'm not bringing it on my channel anymore. I don't want to discuss it. I don't want to talk about it. These jokers are angry at me at the end of the day, and they're bitter. Let them be bitter. Let them be angry. Let them stay in their own little world of hatred. They're not disrupting my world. I'm enjoying myself. I'm loving my life. And once I actually feel like I'm free, like nothing's tying me down in life. And it took giving up just about everything that I thought that I needed just to find peace. And I finally found it. I'm happy. I'm going to continue to develop amazing screen paints and continue to sell products at the end of the day. But I'm just going to keep everything on the minimum. That's what I'm going to do. And for all you haters out there, you can't take this from me. You never could, and you never did take it from me. But I'm not going to deal with you. I'm not going to bring it on my channel. I'm not bringing any negative nonsense. I don't want to hear it. Other people don't want to hear it. You're just, at the end of the day, you'll just see when it comes. That's all. Police officers show up to your door for a warrant for arrest. When you bring into court for a lawsuit, you can report it. I'm not going to say anything about it. You can go on your channel and cry and whine how my company sued you or how we filed charges against you for things you shouldn't have done. But I'm not going to bring it on my channel anymore. You can talk about it. I don't care. At the end of the day, if I do what has to be done, I'm going to protect my company. That's what I'm supposed to do. But I'm not bringing it on my channel anymore. That's why I deleted the video. I don't even want to hear it myself. Gotta get a fish tank. I haven't had a fish tank. And my sister has some of the creepiest. Oh man, those things are beautiful. She's got these huge freaking, what do they call them? Are they suckers? The fish called the suckers or guppies. What do they call them things in the day? The suckers are right. I don't know the name of them, but anyway, they're black and they're huge and they're like sea monsters. They got these huge fins that pop up and they got these beady little creepy eyes. And I fell in love with them the first time I saw them. She has them. They use them for cleaning the tanks. If you know what they are, just enlighten me. But I don't know what they are. But anyway, when I first saw them, I was like, "What the freak is that?" And she said, "Oh, those are the sucker fish. They're called sucker fish." And she had two of them. They're massive. And I'm like, "Can I have them?" And she was like, "Sure. You just have to get a place." And now I have a place. This is fantastic for them because the other place I had was too noisy. I had to play music all the time for the people stomping on the floors, and that would have been nice for the fish to hear all that music blasting through their tank. So now I can have them. Oh, wait till you see the tank that I'm designing for them. It is going to be so cool. It's going to be completely dark in the inside, little strips of light, just a little bit, so you can see them moving past. And I'm going to put this whole little scenery at the top. I have to get somebody to make it for me, a 3D print it, because I'm not good at that field. But anyway, I'm going to have a little part of the tank where it's hooked up. We're going to have a little family out there, a whole campground with people in a little section. They're going to take away from the fish, trust me. And I'm going to have a little boat out there, and then have warning signs, beware of sea monster. I'm going to put a camera in there so they can pull up so you can see what they look like. They are big. It's the biggest ones I've seen. They're about that big. Oh, they're massive. I can't wait. Every once in a while, they come out of their dark cave and they splash around in the water. So I'm going to make an environment strictly for them. Everything's going to be all dark just for them. They're going to freaking love it. So I'll be getting, as soon as I get done everything in here, I'll be bringing them in soon. That'll be my my sea monsters. I got two of them coming in. Yeah. All right, people. God is good. God is amazing. God is a blessing. Isn't he a blessing? My phone went off several times. I didn't even grab it. What you do? I still haven't finished the work on that. Still not done with that yet. Still working on it. Are you ready for the good times? Are you ready for the Gotta get your new scratching post taco. You tore that one off. All right, people. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm happy. God is good. Blessed us to have exactly what we needed. Thought I needed something else, but didn't need that. This is what we needed, and I'm happy for it. Thank you all for your time. I gotta go, and God bless. And yeah. When we get done, hopefully I'll be done before Christmas, because I want to get all this set up before Christmas. It'll be really nice. I'll show you what I've got done in here. Sorry I can't show you the camera. It's a bit of a mess back here, but yeah, we're going to have it all nice, organized, and nice and neat and beautiful. And you'll get a chance to see what we've done in here. I can't wait to show you. Gotta go, and God bless. Are you ready for the summer?